Hey everyone, my name is Allison Schwartz from the Center for Career Development. During this module, there will be times where I will ask you to pause the video and go back to eCampus to watch supplemental videos and or activities. Today, I will be talking to you about effective business communication and how to really communicate professionally. Here's a quote from John Powell: "Communication works for those who work at it." So what is business communication? Business communication is the process of sharing information between people within and outside a company. Effective business communication is how employees and management interact to reach organizational goals. Its purpose is to improve organizational practices and reduce errors. Internal business communication is upward communication, downward communication, and lateral communication, and this is usually between coworkers. External business communication is anything leaving your office that may involve customers, vendors, and clients. So here are some general communication tips. Use respectful words and tones. Know your audience and the environment of the conversation. Some information is more appropriate through certain methods. When starting a new position, ask your supervisor and team members their preferred method of communication. Communication tips. So this is for supervisor upward communication. Upward communication is the flow of information from frontline employees to managers, supervisors, and directors. Upward messages are often used to inform supervisors about the status or results of a project. Engage in a conversation about your supervisor's preferred communication method, whether that be email, in-person, phone call, etc. Keep written messages formal and detail-oriented, and ensure your message is concise and contains only relevant information. Be as effective and productive as possible in order to provide your supervisor with updates prior to them asking you for those updates. Here are some communication tips for your team and group work. When working in teams, it is helpful to establish communication guidelines in order to be successful. Some of these communication guidelines might include preferred communication style, so whether that be email, in-person, Slack, video, phone call, frequency of communication, expected response times, the best time or day of the week for meetings, and how you're going to store those documents in editing platforms, whether that be Google Drive, Dropbox, or something else. Communicate with one another about communication-related strengths and concerns. For example, one team member might be a greater writer, while an apprehensive public speaker. Group tasks can be divided to better match each member's strengths. Communication tips for written messages. Written messages should be short and to the point. Be sure to include all important details. Only send messages to those involved in the situation. Email has replaced faxes, memos, and letters as the most prevalent form of professional communication. While email can feel informal, they are still held to the same standard as other professional messages. Here's some tips to craft a really strong email. Keep a formal but friendly tone. Example: "Good morning, Sarah." Make your question or actionable item clear. If you need something from someone, give clear information about details: what, when, where. If you need clarification or answers to questions, make sure your question is straightforward and precise. Utilize a professional signature and ensure you use a sign-off such as "best," "kind regards," "thank you." Proofread your email and ensure the recipient is correct before sending. Have someone else read your email first if it's especially important. So at this time, please pause this video and go back into eCampus to watch video number 1. Communication tips for email. When writing emails, try to avoid writing too long or too short of messages. Using the incorrect tone. Example: "Alex, what's up? Did you see Mac's last email?" Sending emails at all hours. Example: don't send at 11:45 p.m. or at 4:30 in the morning. And don't really use reply all unless everyone in the original email chain needs to know the information you are sending. Sending the email without proofreading and using spell check is also something we should try to be avoiding. So here's some communication tips for text messages. Text messages may never be used in your workplace, but they are becoming increasingly more common. Unless otherwise indicated, only use text messages when you need a quick response or the matter is urgent. Make sure you use a professional tone and keep emojis, GIFs to a minimum. Try to only use text messages during business hours because burying it is not an emergency. The office culture will change depending where you work, so make sure you learn if it's okay to send funny memes in a group message before you do so. Here are some verbal communication tips. Keep eye contact with who is speaking. Do not interrupt while someone else is speaking. Listen with the intent to understand, not just to respond. If a conversation is important, send a follow-up email highlighting details to make sure both parties are on the same page. At this time, please pause this video and go back into eCampus to watch video number 2. Here's some phone and video call communication tips. 1. Don't be late. Set up 5 minutes early to avoid technical difficulties. 2. Be cautious to not speak over other individuals. That is more difficult to monitor than in-person conversations. 3. Monitor your tone as the other person cannot always see your facial expressions. 4. Be aware of your background. Be sure to eliminate noises and other distractions. 5. End the call with a recap to make sure that no key issues are forgotten. Here's some social media communication tips. Social media image is important and reflects your brand. Keep all account images professional. Avoid posting unnecessary information or controversial beliefs. Understand that all posts, photos are retrievable regardless of privacy settings. Remember that what is posted on the internet can be difficult to delete, especially if saved by someone else. So that is what effective business communication is. Thank you for listening to this module. Make sure you go back to eCampus and complete the effective business communication quiz to fully complete this module.